Welcome to the Stoic Toolkit YouTube channel. This is where we explore Stoic philosophy to live a life of peace, strength, and meaning. Join Stoic Toolkit as we discover mental tools to overcome challenges and find balance in life. Have you ever felt like you're constantly giving more than you're receiving in a relationship? Like you're always reaching out, trying to stay connected, only to find that the effort isn't reciprocated. It's frustrating, painful, and sometimes it feels like you're stuck in a cycle where you're never truly seen or appreciated. Here are 7 signs that might indicate you're investing in the wrong relationship and that it's time to reassess whether it's worth your time and energy. 1. You're always the one left behind. This is one of the most heartbreaking signs that you're not a priority in someone's life. Think about it. How often have you seen your friends or even family make plans without thinking to include you? Maybe at first you brushed it off as an oversight or just bad luck. But if this happens frequently, it's time to take a closer look at the dynamics. Have you ever wondered why, despite being close, you're never part of their plans? Here's the hard truth. If people really care about you, they'll go out of their way to include you. And if they don't, it's a clear sign that they don't consider you essential in their lives. When was the last time someone reached out to you to make plans just because they enjoy your company, not because it's convenient for them? If you find yourself constantly on the sidelines, it may be time to stop chasing after relationships that leave you feeling excluded. 2. They're always busy when it comes to you. We all know that life gets busy, but it's one thing to be genuinely overwhelmed with work or personal commitments, and another to keep making excuses when it comes to spending time with you. Have you ever found yourself reaching out to a friend only to hear, "I'm so busy, I can't make it," while you see them posting photos of outings with other people? At first, you might think it's a one-off situation. But when this pattern repeats itself, it's a red flag. This isn't about their schedule, it's about their priorities. People make time for who and what they care about. If someone is constantly too busy for you but seems to have plenty of time for others, the truth is, they might not value your relationship enough to invest in it. You might be left wondering why they're unavailable. But the reality is they are choosing not to make you a priority. Sometimes it's difficult to admit, but accepting that your time and energy are valuable can help you make better decisions about who you spend it on. You deserve people who make an effort to include you in their lives, not just when it's convenient for them, but because they genuinely care about you. 3. They forget or don't prioritize you. There's a common saying, "True friends don't forget to include you." But how many times have you been left out of plans despite being close to someone? If you consistently feel like an afterthought, that's a clear sign that you might not be as important to them as you thought. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that they'll eventually remember you, or that you're just being too sensitive. But let's face it, true friendship doesn't work that way. Have you ever felt like you had to beg for someone's attention, or that you had to chase after them to get a response? The right people will make you feel seen and valued without you having to work for their affection. If someone consistently forgets you, or only reaches out when they need something, it might be time to reevaluate that relationship. 4. They avoid physical contact. This is a subtle yet telling sign that something might be off in a relationship. Physical contact, whether it's a handshake, a hug, or just a friendly pat on the back, is a basic form of connection that shows warmth and trust. But what happens when someone deliberately avoids even the most casual forms of touch when you're around? They might flinch when you reach out for a hug, or they might recoil when you extend a hand for a handshake. At first, you might think it's just a personality quirk, but when this happens consistently, it could indicate that they're uncomfortable with you. They may not be telling you outright, but their actions are sending a clear message. Are they warm and affectionate with others, but distant with you? Have you ever found yourself wondering why someone avoids closeness with you, but is totally fine with everyone else? Physical distance is often a sign of emotional distance, too. It's important to remember that physical contact isn't just about affection. It's a sign of trust and emotional availability. If someone avoids it, it's not just about being not touchy-feely, it's about something deeper. 5. They disappear when you need support. True friends show up when it matters most. But when you're going through tough times, and you notice that the people you thought were close to you are suddenly nowhere to be found, it's a wake-up call. Have you ever faced a crisis, whether it was a breakup, a family issue, or a personal loss, and found that your friends or family just weren't there? You reached out, expecting a call or a text, but all you received was silence. It's easy to be there for someone when everything's going well, but the true test of a relationship is how people respond when you're at your lowest. If someone vanishes when you need them the most, it's a clear sign that they don't care as much as they say they do. True support isn't about convenience. It's about showing up when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, and when it would be easier for them to walk away. If you've experienced this, it can be a painful lesson. But remember, it's better to know where you stand than to keep investing in someone who isn't truly there for you. 6. They talk behind your back. Gossip is one of the most damaging things a person can do to a relationship. We've all been on the receiving end of gossip, and it can leave us feeling betrayed and humiliated. Imagine sharing something personal with someone you trust, only for that private information to be twisted and passed around. Gossip isn't harmless. It's a betrayal of trust, and it's often a sign that someone is intentionally trying to tear you down while elevating themselves. If you catch wind of someone talking about you behind your back, or if you find that they're always eager to share everyone else's secrets with you, that's a major red flag. People who gossip about others won't hesitate to gossip about you when you're not around. The truth is, gossip is a power game. It's about control and manipulation. Someone who engages in gossip doesn't respect you, no matter how friendly they seem to your face. 7. They make you feel like you're trying too hard. Every relationship requires effort, but there should be balance. If you find yourself always reaching out, always the one making the plans, and always the one keeping the relationship alive, it can start to feel exhausting. Have you ever noticed how hard you have to work just to get a response or a commitment? If you feel like you're the one doing all the legwork, it's worth stepping back and assessing whether this relationship is worth your time. Good relationships are built on mutual effort and respect. If you're always the one pushing for connection, it might be time to let go and see if the other person makes any effort to keep in touch. Relationships should feel natural, not forced. These 7 signs may not be easy to confront, but they are necessary for recognizing where you stand in a relationship. Sometimes it's better to let go of people who don't truly value you, so you can make room for those who will. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who make you feel like a priority, not an afterthought. Don't waste your energy chasing relationships that don't offer you the same respect, love, and care that you give. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, stand by you when things get tough, and make an effort to be part of your life. Not just when it's convenient, but because they genuinely care about you. Life is too short to invest in relationships that drain you. Make sure you're putting your energy where it will be appreciated, and don't be afraid to walk away from those who aren't willing to do the same.